You, man in the factory and man in the workshop. If tomorrow they tell you to make no more drain pipes and saucepans, but to make helmets and machine guns, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, woman at the counter and woman in the office. If tomorrow they tell you to fill shells and assemble telescopic sights for snipers' rifles, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, researcher in the laboratory. If tomorrow they tell you to invent a new death for the old life, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, poet at your desk. If tomorrow they tell you to sing no more love songs but songs of hate, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, pilot in your jet. If tomorrow they tell you to carry bombs over the cities, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, spiritual leader. If tomorrow they tell you to bless murder and declare war holy, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, judge in your robes. If tomorrow they tell you to declare torture legal, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. You, mother in Uganda and mother in the Ukraine, mother in Vancouver and mother in London, you on the Huango and on the Mississippi, you in Naples and Hamburg and Cairo and Oslo, mothers of the world. If tomorrow they tell you to bear new soldiers for new battles, then there's only one thing to do. Say no. For if you do not say no, if you do not say no, mothers, then, in the choking harbor cities, the ships will fall silent as corpses, their once shimmering bodies overgrown with seaweed and barnacles. In the stations, the trains will lie like senseless glass-eyed cages beside the twisted steel skeleton of wires and track. In the granary, the last sacks of flour will go bad. Bread will go green on splintered plates under capsized tables. In the fields beside rusted tractors, the corn will be flattened like a defeated army, and the moss-covered smokestacks of the factories will crumble away. On decaying hillsides, the vines will wither. Rice will dry in the earth. Potatoes will freeze in the untilled land, and cows will stick their death-stilled legs into the air like upturned chairs. In the institutes, the brilliant inventions of great doctors and thinkers will go sour and rot. In schools and universities and theaters, in parks and playgrounds, a thick leaden stillness will roll in. Irresistible, gruesome, and greedy. Then the last human creature, with burning entrails and infected lungs, will wander unanswered and alone under the poisonous glowing sun. Alone among the devastated cities and mass graves, the last human creature, mad, cursing, accusing, the last animal scream of the last human animal, in the terrible accusation. Why? All this will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, perhaps. Perhaps even tonight. Perhaps tonight. If you do not say no.